I decided to go shopping for my Halloween costume early so that I would have a chance to choose from some of the good ones. Usually those are all gone in the first week of October. Last year the only decent costume I could choose was the reindeer with one antler. Across the street I could see that none of my neighbors had any Halloween decorations up. Maybe they aren't early birds like some of us. While I was walking, I saw the house of my neighbor who was always ready for Halloween. His house seemed to match the theme of something spooky. Every Halloween he would put a clown mask above his door for the spirit of the holiday. It was nice to see someone who loved Halloween. Taking a closer look, I could see two figures crouching near my neighbor's house. Upon closer inspection, I saw that the two figures belonged to my next-door neighbors who had recently moved in. The house that they moved into had been previously occupied by another prankster who went around bothering everyone in the neighborhood. Looks like the house is bound to be inhabited by tricksters. Seriously. What are they doing? Knocking on someone's door and hiding? It's not even Halloween yet. I decide to continue walking to buy my Halloween costume like I planned since the beginning. This wasn't my business anyway. If they caused too much of a problem, authorities would probably get involved. I continue walking to the store and find a costume. I see a cool Minecraft skeleton costume and know right away that it would be perfect for me. I can already imagine it. I buy the costume and proceed on my way home. I wonder if my two neighbors were still out there harassing my neighbor with the spooky house. Down the street I see that the two seem to have left. However, I saw a mask on the ground. The mask had fallen off of the neighbor's house. It must have been those two who were banging on his door earlier. I felt bad for not doing anything to stop them and wonder if I should knock and tell him that his decoration fell off of his house. I go towards the mask and reach down to pick it up. Suddenly a hand grabs me and I hear a voice.
What are you doing?
I look up to see my neighbor in his doorway. He had a face that looked as if it was twisted. Sorry? I was just about to pick up your mask decoration. It seems as if it fell on the ground. His face quickly changes to a smile.
Oh, how rude of me. I thought you were one of those who likes to knock on my door a lot during the month of Halloween. Come on in and take a seat. I have plenty of Halloween candy.
Huh? No. It's my fault completely. I shouldn't try to touch other people's things. I'll get going now. I start to leave but realize that my arm was still in his grip. I tried to tug myself out, but to no avail. When I looked closer at the mask I saw its eyes gaping at me. The eyes looked so realistic, it was horrifying. His eyes were focused on my bag and I wondered if he was stuck in thought. Excuse me? I don't want to be a bother.
No, I insist.
He tugs me upward and drags me into his house. I continue trying to resist, but he didn't let go. He shuts the door with a loud thud and motions me to a red leather chair. I sit down, keeping my eyes on him and try to think of a way to escape while clenching my costume bag.
Take a bite of the candy and the pumpkin. I have plenty.
I hesitantly take the candy from the bowl and stuff it into my pocket. Thanks. I'm not really hungry right now, but I'll keep it for later.
Seems that you went shopping for a Halloween costume early. I saw the helmet of your costume poking out. Have you tried it on yet? You can try it on in here if you want. You know, just to see if it fits properly. I love game-themed costumes. They really turn my gears. I never got a Minecraft mask before. Maybe I should get one soon.
I look around his house and see many masks propped onto his wall. Some of them seemed old and withered. They had a creepy feeling to them. My eyes start to gravitate to the masks further to the end of his wall. My jaw drops. I see the masks of my two neighbors who were knocking on his door. I try to remain calm and suddenly the light goes out. Up to run and try to rush out the door. I reach the doorknob and feel a hand on my shoulder. I remember my bag and reach in to get the bow that the Minecraft skeleton carries. I bash him on his head with the bow and run out the door. I hear a loud noise and look behind me to see that the house had collapsed into shambles. I ran home and reported the incident to the authorities. Days later, there was a news story covering this horrific crime. The bodies of the victims were found buried near the house of the murderer. The bodies along with the detached heads were returned to their loved ones to give them a proper burial. In the end, they were unable to uncover the body of the culprit, let alone any clues to where he could be. I don't know if I'll ever be able to celebrate Halloween the same way as I used to.